Everybody, my name is Megan and I am an admission counselor here at Appalachian State University. And today we're going to talk a little bit about your confirmed student enrollment steps. So congratulations, we are so excited that you have been admitted and we are hoping that you choose to join the Mountaineer community. So what's next? What are the things that you need to do in order to confirm your spot? And that is going to be our main topic of discussion today. So welcome to Appalachian. This is one of my favorite pictures of our campus. It gives you that aerial shot and gives you good insight into what your community is going to look like here. And here are some of the things that we are going to cover today. We're going to talk a little bit about how to register for orientation, how to complete your housing application, any medical things that need to be handled, as well as test scores and transcripts, registering for classes, and finally paying your first tuition bill. So the very first step, that is one of the most important steps, is signing up and registering for orientation. This is going to open in February and will close on July 1st. And this is a really important part of becoming a Mountaineer because it's where you're going to meet with an advisor. It's going to be where you meet fellow Mountaineers and really start to make those connections. So you'll be able to register for orientation inside of this particular website, and there's a link that will take you to this website in your My Mountaineer portal. So all you're going to do is just click register here, and it will then allow you to enter your App State username and password, which you'll create prior to signing up for orientation, and you'll pick a date that works best for you. Typically, orientation is going to occur in the summertime, and that is when you will come to campus for the day and get to do all of those fun activities that I mentioned. The second step that also opens in February is completing your housing application. But the good news is that you can make edits to this throughout the 3-month or so period. The housing application is technically open until July, but we strongly recommend to complete it by the end of May because that is when your roommate preferences will close. So again, keep in mind that the housing office has to make those connections with the roommates that you may have selected, and it's really important to complete that by May 31st. So you're going to be able to register for housing and complete the housing application through the housing website, and this is really important again for first-year students. And as you can see here, it's one of the more exciting moments for students as they start their journey at college. You do get to select your roommate here at Appalachian, and you'll also find some other preferences that you're able to list within the housing portal. For transfer students, on-campus housing is not guaranteed, so we're going to talk a little bit about options for you so that you can find housing. So this is what it will look like on the student end. You're going to click apply, and then you will go to the university housing portal. You'll find that we really enjoy portals here, and that is going to be the main way that you complete your enrollment steps. You're going to log in with those same credentials that you have created, and then you're going to follow the prompts. For transfer students, the off-campus housing website is a really excellent one for your future reference. I have used this myself and find that it's a really good option if you're looking for a place to rent, if you're looking for a roommate, maybe you're looking to sublease your place and move home for the summer, or maybe you need to, again, try to find someone to move into your particular space. So this is a really good website, not only for transfer students, but also future students that may be entering as first year if you are considering getting an apartment once you become a sophomore. And then, of course, in terms of connecting with each other, that is an integral part of the college experience, and we have a couple of resources that we like to recommend. One of them is our Facebook group where you can connect with members of your class and potentially connect about roommates and other things. There are great ways to make friends before you come physically to campus. Moving on into something a little bit different, one of the most important steps in your enrollment checklist is to complete your medical history and immunization record. records. This does take some time to process by the Health Services Office, and you will see that in your portal. It says in parentheses to allow 7 to 10 days to complete that. So the deadline is in the midsummer in in July. And this is when you will submit any of your immunization records and your medical history forms through the Med portal. Again, we love portals, and you'll see that pretty clearly in your My Mountaineer portal. That will kind of segue you into that particular portal. And then you are also going to want to figure out your health insurance. We do require in the state of North Carolina students to have insurance. So you can either bring in your insurance that you currently have and waive the school insurance. You'll be able to do that through the My Mountaineer portal as well. Or if you do not have health insurance, you can get the school insurance, which is a good option for you if you need it. Here's what the Student Health Services website will look like. And as you can see, we have highlighted some things here that are really important. One of those being the Med portal. And you can send in your medical records in a variety of different ways that are all listed on the website, which will include your faxing, scanning, or emailing options. So keep a lookout for that if that is something that you need to send to us. A lot of medical records from the past are usually on paper. So there are great ways to send those in to the Health Services Office. Switching gears just a little bit more, before orientation, so depending on what day you have orientation from signing up in the previous step that we discussed, you're gonna wanna do a couple of things. And one of the biggest items that you need to accomplish is to take any placement tests that are needed. There are a couple of major types of placement tests, and the ones that are most important are the math and calculus readiness tests, and also the foreign language tests. You do not need to take a foreign language test if you are not planning on taking foreign languages, and usually those are only required for art majors or Bachelor of Art majors like history, for example, or another language, and that is what's important to know about foreign language tests. Most students do have to take a math placement test or a calculus readiness test to be eligible to register for chemistry, biology, and other maths. The university wants to make sure that you're placed in the appropriate math, so that is going to be an important step to take. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to the orientation office or the advising office, and they can assist you with that. And then, of course, if you chose this year, we did have a test waiver option, so many students elected to not send in their test scores, so this might not be relevant to you this year. And if you did, we do need you to submit any official test scores, whether they be SAT or ACT school reports, so that we can help with the placement test process for you in placing you in the correct courses. And as you can see, when you do your placement testing, a lot of this information will be on the orientation site, and it will give you some more insight into what classes you may take. I really like the who should take these tests button, because it helps you see, am I supposed to be taking the math placement test, or am I supposed to be taking the calculus readiness test? And it helps you kind of narrow down what is necessary for you. And the reason why this is all important is for when you complete one of the most exciting steps, which is registering for your classes. You might not be able to sign up for certain classes if you haven't done your placement tests. So one of the more final steps is doing what we call the ERA module, and that stands for Early Registration Advising. It is kind of like a mini course that takes about 30 minutes for you to learn how to register for classes. And it touches on placement tests and our degree auditing software called DegreeWorks in this particular course. And at the very end, you will get a pin to register, and you cannot register without taking this course. And again, it will be in your My Mountaineer portal, and your placement tests will come into play with that as well. So here's what it will look like when you get ready to go and register, and this will open in late April. And you will click the Start ERA course modules here, and you will go through the prompts and complete that, and then you'll be free to register for your classes. The secondary really important piece with your course module that I just mentioned is making sure that you have updated transcripts sent to us. It's really important to us that you don't take classes over again that you could potentially be getting credit for. And we can't, give you that insight if we don't have your updated transcripts. So make sure that you send your transcripts to us, your dual enrollment transcripts as well, if you have them, so that we can make sure that you're not taking courses again that you may have already received credit for. And you will get a full credit evaluation upon acceptance at Appalachian. Then, of course, one of the more crucial parts is talking with an advisor, and you will get to meet your advisor for your general education curriculum, or if you are a transfer student and you're coming in with enough hours to declare your major, you're going to move into an advising core that is specified for you directly, and they can be reached at the advising website, which will also have their phone number if you need to reach out to them, and that is going to be an important part of your college experience, just knowing what courses to take over time. You will get a specific advisor to your major once you declare. So you'll have a couple of advisors, over time here at Appalachian. I kind of touched on this, but it's really important, again, to send your official transcript so we can make sure that we do the correct kind of credit evaluation for you and award you with credit. And you can send all transcripts to the processing email address at the bottom of the screen. You also are eligible for credit for some of the courses here, AP, IB, CLEP, and Cambridge credits. So make sure that you send those score reports to us. On the transfer website, there is a lot more information that you can see if you'd like about those. And finally, in order to come to campus, once you complete all of those steps, you're going to want to pay your bill. Usually the bill payment is going to be due in the first week of August, since classes start a little bit after that. And you're going to pay your bill online via your AppleNet portal in the student tab. This is what it will look like. You're going to go to Student AppleNet Pay Now. There are, of course, other methods to pay your bill, but the online platform is the most common. And you will click Login to Self-Service. Here's the Student tab that I mentioned. You'll click Student Accounts and make your payment there. So hopefully you will think about confirming soon, and if you have already and you're watching this for a little bit of help on your enrollment steps, please visit your My Mountaineer portal, and also your admissions counselor, as I am in the office, can help you with anything at any time. So thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully that will give you some insight into help starting those steps. And please connect with us. We have a lot of virtual options that are available on the admissions website. Thank you so much for tuning in, and go Mountaineers.